Hello there everybody, it is me XFreezerBunny and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. Today we're speed building a themed restaurant venue inspired by Mako Mermaids, which is an Australian teen-oriented TV series, okay? So the venue is called Ocean Cafe and it is a replica of the Ocean Cafe that they have in the show. I really like Mako Mermaids. I love the show. I have been watching Jonathan M. Schiff's shows since like forever, and I also am in love with H2O Just Add Water. That is my life as a teenager. So if you guys are interested, then I'm going to be talking about that for the pretty much most of this video. Also, I just woke up. This is the first recording that I'm doing today. I spent pretty much last night speed building this, and it took me 2 hours to build actually, which is an okay length. So the speed of this video is not as fast as the other ones. And yeah, anyway, Mako Mermaids, I love it. The show began in 2014, and it is a story about a boy who falls into a mystical lagoon, and he grows a tail. He becomes a merman, which is awesome. And if you guys have been living under a rock the past couple of years or so, if you guys don't know what Mako Mermaids is a spin-off series of H2O Just Add Water. And H2O Just Add Water is a show that started in 2006 or 2007. I remember I was a teenager back then, and I used to watch H2O Just Add Water on YouTube. It was still allowed back then, and I used to watch it on YouTube. So how things have changed, right? There's gonna be a lot of comparisons in this video about H2O Just Add Water and Mako Mermaids, just because both of the stories are made by the same company and they are actually somehow related as well, the story. Like, Mako Mermaids takes place after H2O Just Add Water, which we find out towards the end of season 3 of Mako Mermaids. I believe in Australia, Mako Mermaids is known as Mako Island of Secrets. So yeah, anyway. Basically, both of them share a somewhat similar story where this human person falls into the mystical moon pool and becomes a merperson. I say merperson because in H2O, they were 3 friends, and they fell into the moon pool and they became mermaids. And then in Mako Mermaids, it was just one guy, Zach, and he becomes a merman. And yeah, anyway, let's focus on Mako Mermaids for a second because it's kind of the point of this video. I'm also thinking of building Ricky's Cafe as well, which is the counterpart of the Ocean Cafe in H2O Just Add Water. So I'm not sure when, but I'm kind of thinking about it. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so Mako Mermaids, the story is Zach. He's a guy, he likes to go to the beach. You know, he works as a lifeguard, and one day while he was kind of boating, he discovers this island and he explores it, of course, and he falls into this moon pool the second that the moon was directly above it. And then there's this whole magical situation that happens that gives him his tail, and with that he also gets some magical powers to control water. And because of this, the mermaids see him as a threat, because, you know, not much is known about mermen. You know, mermaids are quite common. You know, there's many of them around the world apparently, but mermen, there's not that many of them, and not much is known about them and their powers and things like that. So the mermaids need to kind of take away his powers. So some of them go to land. There's 3 of them. They go to land and they try to take away his powers and stuff like that. That's basically the premise and the story of Mako Mermaids. It's really fun. I love the mermaids. What were their names again? Lila, Nixie, and Ondina? No. Ondina was in season 2. Oh my gosh, I forgot their names. Nixie. What's the name of the other one? I forgot. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Mako Mermaids. Actually, it's like 2 years ago or something. So there's 3 seasons of it in total. The first season is all about Zach, the guy who turns into a merman, and the second season is about Eric, actually, who is a new character. He is also a merman, but he kind of influences Zach negatively and kind of wants to use his powers to kind of, I don't know what, to destroy the world. That's kind of what I got from the story. And season 3 is about a mermaid named, I forgot her name. She's like an Asian mermaid. I sound so racist, but I'm Asian, so yeah, anyway, there's this water dragon apparently that got unleashed, and they have to like save the world once again from being destroyed by this water dragon. I haven't watched the newest season 3. I don't have any plans to watch it because I'm not really that interested in it. But yeah, anyway, really quickly about this build. If you guys think that the outside, it's kind of just mediocre, that's literally how it looks like. You know, that's how this place looks like in the show. So I tried my best to be as authentic and to be as similar to it as possible. So the outside, it's just very simple, but the inside of it is actually really awesome. I had a lot of fun doing the interior, and I'm so proud with how the interior looks like because it looks so freaking similar to how it does on the show. It's crazy. I'm so happy. So yeah. This is actually a seafood restaurant, and I've seen a lot of simmers actually build their seafood restaurants here specifically. Deligracy and Simified, they both like to build their seafood restaurants on this lot. For me, I chose this lot because I felt like it was the appropriate place to place this ocean cafe, because it's like surrounded by water. It has very similar characteristics to the Ocean Cafe in Mako Mermaids and all that good stuff. Just some quick technical information as well. I have all expansion packs and all stuff packs. I'm not sure which ones are specifically going to be required, but you guys will see it in detail in Origin anyway. It will tell you automatically what you will need to have in order to download this. Obviously, you would need to have dine out because it is a restaurant. It can also be a retail venue as well, because in the show Mako Mermaids, the Ocean Cafe kind of doubles as a clothing store. So you guys can see that this place is divided into two. The left side, which is the bigger side, is the actual cafe itself, and then the right side, which is the smaller side, it is a clothing store, which is being managed by, what was her name? I forgot. Was she Stacy? I feel like her name was Stacy or something. I don't know. So anyway, I want to ask you guys a question, okay? For you guys who made it this far, which series do you prefer? H2O Just Add Water or Mako Mermaids? I want to know. I really want to know, because I keep comparing both shows myself, and I'm so curious to hear what your guys' opinions are. I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna go for H2O just because it's very nostalgic and a lot of you guys grew up watching it probably. And yeah, my other question is, who's your favorite character? You know, my favorite character in Mako Mermaids is Zach for sure, just because he has a really compelling storyline, and I love his relationship with his girlfriend Evie. By the way, Evie looks gorgeous. The actress that plays her is so pretty, but I like Zach's relationship and his development all throughout. Plus, he's a merman, which we don't see that many of. I feel seriously though, we need more. Anyway. In H2O Just Add Water, my favorite character used to be Emma, but she left in later seasons. So I'm gonna say that my favorite one is Cleo. I love Ricky, but Cleo is my favorite one. Cause I like her innocence-ish. I love how Cleo's like always the one that doesn't know what's going on, kind of. And Ricky, I love her spunkiness and her braveness. Like, she's always the one who gets into fights. I love Ricky and Zane's relationship though. So yeah. Oh, I remember like watching H2O Just Add Water on YouTube, and it would buffer so slow. That was the time when we had dial-up, you guys. Like, that's crazy. Like, some of you guys haven't even experienced what dial-up is like. So when I used to watch H2O on YouTube illegally, I would leave it for like 20 minutes to load so that I could watch the whole half episode. And I say half episode because back then on YouTube you can only upload like up to 15 minutes unless you had like really special permission. You can only upload 15-minute long videos, and so usually each episode would be like maybe 2 or 3 parts. Those were the days. I can't believe it's almost 10 years ago. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, it's really fun. I had so much fun speed building this, and one of the main reasons why I decided to do this build is that I really wanted to talk about H2O. Believe it or not, I really just wanted to talk about H2O and Mako Mermaids and kind of get your guys' opinions on it. I know that a lot of you guys probably haven't seen it yet, but to those of you who have seen it, I love you. And please just share your fun experiences and memories with the series. I hear that Mako Mermaids is gonna have a movie though, so that's gonna be really interesting. And let's see here, what else? Honestly, if I had to choose between both, I like the story of Mako Mermaids a little bit more because, like I said, we don't see that many mermen. So the fact that Zach is probably like one of the only ones on TV, I like that aspect of it. But pretty much as a whole series, I like H2O Just Add Water, just because the things that they had to deal with each episode in H2O, I feel like is more, I don't know, it's just more fun to watch, because in H2O, they are a group of friends, 3 of them, Emma, Ricky, and Cleo. They fell into the moon pool and they become mermaids, but for the rest of the series, they try to keep their secret a secret and they have to do some ridiculous things just to hide themselves when they transform. So it's so funny. The fact that they, transform when they're taking a bath or when they're drinking water. I don't see that much of that situation in H2O. I mean, in Mako Mermaids, I don't see that much of that situation, which I would love to see. I'd love to see Zach kind of deal with everyday stuff as a mer person. But, I guess it's already been done by H2O Just Add Water, but I like that aspect of H2O a lot more. Because in Mako Mermaids, if you guys haven't seen it yet, most of the story revolves around magical things like spells or the magical moon ring, and they accidentally cast a spell that caused snow or like transformed something into jelly or like made someone smaller. It's like magical situations that that's great for TV, but I'm very interested to see how mer people deal with life as land dwelling people. That's more fun for me to watch. That's probably why I enjoyed more H2O Just Add Water. But anyway, I enjoy both series a lot. Like, I had so much fun watching Mako Mermaids, and I don't know what else to talk about. And also, a lot of you guys have been telling me to be a little bit more practical with my build, because usually when I do themed builds in particular, I pile on the move objects cheat like crazy. It's crazy. Like, I use the move objects cheat religiously, and that is not an understatement. Like, I pile on a cluster of whatever. And in this case, I did try to be as close to how it looks like in the series, and I did minimize my use of move objects. So this will function properly as a restaurant or as a retail venue. As you guys can see, like half of it is actually a retail venue. The part that we're working on now is supposed to be the clothing store. And it does fulfill all of their requirements for a retail venue. So it's basically like your guys' choice as to what you want to make this. Unfortunately, if you have both get to work and dine out, you couldn't own a restaurant and a retail store on the same lot. It has to be separate. So just please keep that in mind. You have to choose to make this either a restaurant or a retail if you want to play it as either one of those, okay? Okay, so what is your guys' favorite? I've been asking you guys so many questions. By the way, if you guys are from Australia or if you guys are from the Gold Coast where apparently Mako Mermaids take place, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it takes place in the Gold Coast. If not, then I stand corrected. I'm just talking like literally based on assumption. But is the Ocean Cafe a legit place? Like, even if it's not called Ocean Cafe in real life, I would love to know like what it actually is called in real life. Cause you know, the outdoor shots that they have of Ocean Cafe look like it's like a real place. So I'm really curious to see like what's the actual name of this place. And have you been there? And please don't hesitate. And if it's like a real place, don't hesitate to let me know how wrong I am. This is just my interpretation based off of reference images that I have from Mako Mermaids. So, based off of those images, I was able to come up with this replica in The Sims 4. Of course, it's not 100% accurate, but it's a good attempt, I think. You know what? I'm actually gonna post a picture that I took of my reference images on my laptop on my Facebook page if you guys are curious as to what pictures I look at when I do these builds. So yeah. By the way, those lights that came with Dine Out are gorgeous. The orange ones that are in the main restaurant area, they are so gorgeous. Like, I love them. They really complete the look of the space. So yeah. Hopefully the people who have no clue what Mako Mermaids is weren't turned off by the fact that the outside of this looks really basic, you know, and normal. Because I'm so happy with all the attention to detail that I placed in the interior. Like, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I had a lot of fun actually creating this. So yeah. Throwing in some lights. There we go. Some lights that came with, what is that? Cool Kitchen, I believe. I did use a lot of Cool Kitchen, surprisingly. Cool Kitchen came with these counters that are blue in color, and I really like the color blue that they have. So I felt that it was a really appropriate color. I did try to match the color scheme. Like, the main color scheme in Ocean Cafe in Mako Mermaids is blue and orange. So there you go. I've seen a lot of machinimas actually of H2O, Just Add Water, in The Sims 2 and in The Sims 3. So I'm really curious to see whether there are any machinimas specifically of Mako Mermaids. If there is, then, or if you're planning to make one, then that's perfect, because this venue is going to be so handy for you guys. Somebody should actually make like Mako Island. That would be so freaking awesome. Mako Island is the name of the island where all the transformations take place. It's like the island where the mermaids call their home. And in the middle of the island, there's like an enchanted pool of water that if we humans fall into, we become merpeople. So that's really fun. Another favorite character that I like on Mako Mermaids is Eric, actually. I really like Eric and Ondina. I believe Ondina is Eric's kind of love interests, but I don't know. I wish Eric will come back because I really like him. I know that a lot of girls have a big crush on Eric, by the way. Eric is the other merman in Mako Mermaids, in case you guys don't know, but as mentioned before, he was kind of a bad influence to Zach because he was kind of manipulating Zach to do negative things with his power. And spoiler alert, towards the end of season 2 of Mako Mermaids, Eric leaves and breaks up with Ondina, which is kind of sad. So if there is an actual movie, because I hear there's going to be a movie that's going to be made. If there is an actual movie, I would love for both of them to kind of be in the movie and, like resolve their unfinished situation. So, yep, this is, as I mentioned earlier, this is supposed to be a restaurant. So all the requirements for a restaurant are here. There is a waiter station towards the back. There is a concierge for the host in the front. And over here in the corner, we have, like some actual chef's station. And there's 2 of them. You only need 1, but I felt like having 2 would be a more efficient, I guess. I don't know. It would be a faster thing too as well. And this area over here is really fun. A lot of really hilarious moments happened in this kind of storage area. I will divide that room into 2. And the storage area that you guys can see, a lot of really funny things happened here. Like the mermaids would usually hide here if they accidentally transform. And if they get wet, even if it's like a drop of water, they will become mermaids in like 10 seconds or something. So it's so funny how they run towards the back here in the storage area and they transform like crazy. There was also this one episode where Evie becomes like a pink. I don't know what that was, but she gets like covered in this pink goop. So it's that. It's just random magical things for Mako Mermaids. That's pretty much the whole kind of things that they have to deal with, magical things. And in H2O Just Add Water, it's more of like everyday things, like taking a bath or like swimming in the swimming pool or like having a sleepover and suddenly having a tail and having to hide it inside your sleeping bag. It's so funny. I think that happened to Cleo. So over here we have our toilets. The toilets in this lot are gigantic. They are so freaking big. Like, it's crazy. Like, I didn't have any idea what else to put. So the toilets are quite large and they're quite excessive, but I think they're a good use of space, I didn't want to leave any areas in black, and especially on the ground level. So, I felt like, I might as well make it a really, really big toilet. And they're not gender specific as well, so you guys don't have to worry about seeing the doors. That's my only issue why I don't make my toilets gender specific. I'm not trying to have a statement or anything, but I just don't like how the doors are gone. They disappear. If you have the walls down, the doors disappear, and it's so difficult to determine, like, which bathrooms is for girls, which one is for boys. So yeah, I think pretty much that's all we're gonna do for the interior. Right now, we are starting work on the outside. And the outside's actually really simple. This entire thing, it's supposed to be, like on a dock, but we don't have any foundations on stilts in the game. So, yeah, it's just a normal foundation, I guess. And pretty much we are just placing in some additional seating space here on the outside. And I did surround this whole area with a pond, cause, they're supposed to be on the water. Some of my most memorable scenes of both Mako Mermaids and H2O Just Add Water is the mermaids and men jumping off the dock, like, super dramatically in slow motion. That's like some of my most memorable moments, like them jumping off the dock, or whatever. Like, so funny. And yeah, you guys can see me play a little bit with the signs that came with, Dine Out as well. The signs are actually very comprehensive, which means that we can do a lot of different combinations and stuff. So that's really fun. You can really customize, how your signs look like. and make your venue really unique. And yeah, adding in some lights here to properly illuminate this place at night, and adding in some extra seating, just how it looks like in the show. You know, I tried to make it as similar to how it looks like on the show as possible. There's also a couple of seating areas where we have these umbrella things on the show as well. I believe Ocean Cafe in Mako Mermaids is also like a seafood restaurant. They serve like refreshments, but I believe it's also a seafood restaurant. They serve like lobster. Oh my gosh, there's this one episode where Nixie eats a lobster like whole. It's hilarious, like freaking hilarious. And yeah, pretty much just finishing off with this patch of wood. I don't know why, but on my reference images, there's this area where it's like wooden and all that stuff. And pretty much changing in the color of the water just to make it a little bit more nice and turquoise. I think that's pretty much it for the speed build part of this video. Let's go ahead and cut into the floor plans. And I actually really like the floor plans. I love the combination of it most of all. You guys can see that I did a really good job kind of matching in all the different color combinations. I'm so happy with how it turned out, especially the interiors. I'm super proud of it. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun watching this video, because it was so much fun for me to speed build, and also kind of remembering how much I love Mako Mermaids and H2O Just Add Water as well. So anyway, like I said, that is going to be it for the speed build part of this video. Once again, please don't forget to hit that like, favorite, and subscribe button if you guys had fun watching this video, because it really does help out the channel a lot, okay? You all have an awesome day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!